Quiet.
Mr. President-elect,
Go ahead.
Can you state
She's asking
categorically,
a question. Don't
Mr.
be
President-elect, can you give us a question?
Don't be
You are
rude.
attacking us. Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude. No, I'm not going to give you a question. I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dave Janda. Welcome back to Dave versus the MSM. On behalf of all of us at Operation Freedom and DaveJanda.com, I'd like to wish each and every one of you a very happy new year. And it's going to be a big year. 2020 obviously culminates with the election in November. But there's a tremendous amount of, I believe, very positive activity that's going to occur between January 1st and what happens in November. And I believe a significant portion of that activity is going to be on the enhancement of your and every other American's freedoms and liberties and an ongoing and further takedown of the deep state. They're panicked, they're desperate, and this is why we're seeing the hysteria coming out of the globalists. Remember, there's one side of the aisle, the Republican aisle. There's only one political party in Washington, the Republicans, all owned and operated by the globalist syndicate. So just because somebody has a D after their name or somebody has an R after their name, it all should just be a big G after their name, globalist. There was a huge development that occurred just this past week. The enforcement arm of the deep state, the, if you will, ISIS version in the United States. You know, folks talk about, well, we don't want ISIS to come into the United States. Sorry, folks. We have an ISIS equivalent in the United States. It's called MS-13, and they work for the globalist syndicate. They are the enforcement arm, and they are in the process of being decimated. They were built up during the Bush administration. During the Obama administration, they really took wings. And since President Trump took office in January of 2017, MS-13 has been targeted. It's key to the takedown of the deep state. This from Samuel Eligari. You will not and have not seen this reported in the bought-off lamestream fake media, nor will you ever. But this from this past week, 96 MS-13 gang members and associates arrested in New York. Law enforcement declared the infamous El Salvadorian gang MS-13 was rendered inoperable in New York. 96 MS-13 members and associates were charged with 77 counts of involving conspiracy to commit murder, illegal firearms possession, and illegal drug possession. As a result of the 23-month multi-agency investigation operation, 7 alleged murder conspiracies were foiled and 200 were arrested across the country and in El Salvador, becoming one of the largest takedowns of violent gangs in the history of the United States. Of the 96 arrested in New York, 66 were gang members, 19 were drug suppliers. The arrests included 9 gang clique leaders, and the operation had delivered a major blow to MS-13 operations and recruitment in the region. Remember something President Trump said. Quote, "They kidnap, they extort, they rape, and they rob. They prey on children. They shouldn't be here." He said that in July of 2017. Quote, "It's time for every member of MS-13 to be in fear. Look over their shoulder. Look in their rearview mirror because ICE, the organization that Pelosi and AOC and the squad wants to get rid of, because ICE and its partners are coming hard and we're coming strong," end quote. In the 1980s, MS-13 was formed in Los Angeles as Salvadorans had fled their civil war. MS-13 then was allowed to spread and actually nurtured to spread by the deep state, by the globalist syndicate, across the United States and across Central America, their headquarters being in El Salvador. In 2018 alone, Homeland Security investigators and investigations arrested 959 MS-13 gang members and their associates. Enforcement and removal operations removed about 6,000, just in 2018, 6,000 gang members, a 24% increase from what was obtained in 2017. The globalist syndicate for years have used the MS-13 gang members as their enforcement arm. And remember, when President Trump made the statements that I quoted earlier, and even before that, as far as not just being thugs, not just being criminals, but being pure evil. Remember who defended MS-13? Yeah. The globalist dweebs, the deep state dweebs. Nancy Pelosi. Remember how outraged she was when President Trump went after MS-13? I quote, this is from May of 2018. From Real Clear Politics. Quote, calling people animals is not a good thing, end quote, Nancy Pelosi. House Democrat leader Nancy Pelosi responded to President Trump calling violent MS-13 gang members, quote, animals, end quote. She stated at her weekly press conference and briefing that, well, President Trump's comments are a new low, and made her wonder if the president believes, quote, we are all God's children, end quote. Calling, direct quote, calling people animals is not a good thing, end quote. On this Sunday show, we're going to take on Pelosi, the deep state as we always do, with an incredible list of guests and great guests with great analysis. I hope you'll join us. We're going to talk about MS-13 and how, in fact, they were allowed to flourish in the United States as a terrorist arm of the deep state, because the deep state uses chaos and fear to promote their agenda. And MS-13 is just another one of their tentacles. You will never hear that on the bought-off lamestream fake media, ever. But you will on our platform. I hope you'll join us on Sunday. We're there it's free, 2 to 5 Eastern. Stream it live at davejanda.com. We also have public content that we upload on our website, davejanda.com, on a regular basis, and we hope you'll become a member of our Freedom family by subscribing to our premium service, where we have extra guests, extra shows, extra analysis, all the access to all of our archives, all available. $9 a month, I believe it is one, if not the biggest bang for the buck in all the internet. I hope you become a member of our Freedom family, because by becoming a subscriber, you support this YouTube channel for us to be able to continue to produce these videos, and for all of our work at davejanda.com, and for all of our work with the radio show Operation Freedom. Until next time, Dave Janda signing off. Dream big and dare to fail. Have a very happy new year. I think the deep state is in very big trouble. Until next time, dream big and dare to fail.